Hi, fruity cuties. What's up? My name is Jeannette, also known as Misfit Vegan. I had about 20 oranges for breakfast and I was still hungry, so I washed a bag of grapes and this is what's left. Just eating them as I walk on the beach here. Oh my gosh, the sun feels so nice. And I've been working on a new documentary, and I'm gonna post an interview that's gonna be, a little bit of it is gonna be in the documentary. I'm gonna post the interview with Eli Martyr on salt this weekend. But I want everyone to there's an expression, know thyself, right? So you have to know yourself. Know what you can do and know what you can't do. If you can't go salt-free at this time, that's okay. It took me 15 years on a raw food diet to give up the salt. I've never gone 6 months without salt because I always had seaweed. I always had mustard or capers or something in my dressing. So, know thyself. If you're going to eat processed foods or dead animals, it's better to have salt on raw food than to have salt on processed foods. Does that make sense? Know thyself. If you're not ready to give up the salt, take it day by day. Slowly wean yourself off. Or don't even attempt that right now, because there's a time for everything in your life. You're not gonna go from 0 to 100. And you ain't never gonna be perfect. So give that shit up right now. But what you can do is you can make progress. And maybe you can switch over to I think it's called Salicornia. That would be a better salt than table salt. I'm sure nobody watching this is eating table salt. But seaweed and Salicornia, they all contain, salt. So it's pretty much the same thing, except there's no emulsifiers probably, or other chemicals. But salt is devastatingly unhealthy, and you're going to learn that. I had an aha moment in my interview with Eli, so I'm excited for you to tell me what you think about it. But please know yourself and know if it's something that's going to work for you. The worst thing in the world is if you gave up salt and you're eating raw foods and you're miserable, and then you go back to dead animal body parts and processed foods. Don't do that. Don't do that, because I'm going to block your ass. I'm going to be mad at you. I'm going to block you. I'm going to ban you from my channel, because I'm going to say, you're going to say, I'm responsible for that. But in the end, you've got to know yourself, and you've got to do what you can when you can do it. And maybe you're going to wean yourself off slowly, or maybe you can go cold coconut and you can just give it up. But know that it took me 15 years to give up the salt. I just threw out my mustard last week. You understand me? Because I always put some mustard in my dressings over the years. Not every night, but a lot of nights. And then I tried the salt-free mustard. Found out I don't like mustard, I like salt. And why is it so addicting? Somebody asked me, why is salt so addicting? Because it's a drug. Because it's a fucking drug. It's not a food. It's not a food. Now, take the interview with a grain of salt, even though you don't eat salt anymore, if you are eating processed foods or dead animal body parts. Your job is to get off those first. Don't worry about getting rid of salt right now. Worry about getting rid of the processed foods and the dead animal body parts, boo. All right? One step at a time. It's going to take you time. But once you're free from the drugs, once you're off forever. And it's so incredible to be healthy. If I could bottle up this feeling of freedom, of not having to worry about anything and not having to be addicted to anything, I would give it to you for free, and I wish I could. I wish I could so bad. I wish I could do it for you, but I can't. So all I could do is just keep making videos and trying to help maybe inspire you to keep going and know that it's worth it. And if you fell off recently, you didn't fail. That was your first attempt, or your second attempt, or your 100th, 200th, 300th attempt. You didn't fail. Watch the Goggins video that I posted last week. Don't make it into a failure. Make an adjustment. Okay, what worked? Write it out. What worked and what didn't work? What keeps making me fall off? And how can I adjust so that I can at least get off dead animal body parts, their secretions, and processed foods? There is just a bare minimum that you can do, and that is leave the animals alone. I ask you, please, if you're going to be a fruity cutie on this channel, please leave the animals alone. That is the least that we could do. I understand you're addicted to the vegan junk food and the salt, especially the salt. But please leave the animals alone. They didn't do anything to you. And they don't deserve the torture and the horrible acts. If you are thinking about eating meat or liquid meat, also known as dairy, could you do me a favor, please, before you go and eat that? Could you please, on the way to the pizza place, on the way to the supermarket, could you please do me a favor? Could you watch Earthlings and listen to the sounds? Watch Dominion and listen to the sounds that you are paying for. Listen to the acts. Watch the violence that you are supporting with your dollar. Please leave these animals alone. That's the bare minimum that I ask you. So do me a favor, please. Put a heart below if you're willing to leave the animals alone. Because as humans, that is the very least that we could do. I love you and I appreciate you being here. And I'm excited for you to see the interview, but if it stresses you out to give up salt right now on a raw food diet, let it go. You don't need to. You don't need to. If you're ready for it, you're ready for it. But if you're not ready, know thyself and know you're not ready, no problem. You will be ready one day. Or maybe you're going to switch from salt to seaweed. And then maybe you're going to switch from seaweed to spices. Spices, lemon and lime, and different spices can really help with the flavoring and really help replace salt. But I tell you this right now, and I'm not saying I'm the best looking person on the planet, because God knows I am not. I'm no supermodel. I am super, but I'm not a model. I'm no beauty queen, but I never looked as good as I look now. And I truly believe it's because I have dramatically lowered my salt intake. When I gave up nuts and seeds earlier this year, and I have them once in a while, but when I gave them up every single day, that's when I stopped eating the salt, right? Because I used to put mustard into my dressing, or I put some capers in my dressing. I started looking better. I started losing the weight. I started being less puffy, less bloated. I'm telling you guys, the salt is a fucking poison, and everybody is hooked on it. It's a drug, and you know it's a drug because if you don't have it, you don't like the way your food tastes. And you don't like the way your food tastes because your taste buds have been corrupted and altered so dramatically that you need this substance to eat. So I ask you, if you're dedicated to your health, I ask you to watch the interview. It's going to blow your mind. I had an aha moment. I always do with Eli. He is just a gem in this world. So if you see him in the woods not drinking water, make sure bring him a bottle of water so he stays alive, because we need this motherfucker alive. Yo, this guy is the fucking truth, and he's doing the research that we ain't doing. We ain't fucking researching for fun. Okay? So please, give him a bottle of water if you see him in the woods dry fasting, okay? We need him to stay alive. I hope he thinks that's funny, but he probably won't see this, thank God. But yeah, I learned something yesterday. I mean, I learned a lot, but I learn a lot every time he talks, but I learned something that I never realized in 40 years. Blew my mind. Wait till you fucking see this interview. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.